28-page report to the Supreme Court, covering the largest and most organized case of money laundering in Pakistan's history. Soch explains the Zardari system. Our story begins in October 2015. The Federal Investigation Agency began a routine investigation of 4 suspicious accounts in Summit Bank. Completely separately, a routine suspicious transactions report was filed on 29 suspicious accounts. The FIA realized the 2015 and 2017 inquiries were investigating the same problem and merged the two. The Supreme Court of Pakistan became annoyed with the apparent delay and took suo motu notice. An FIR was registered against one Summit Bank branch on Khayabane-Tanzim in Karachi. Among the 24 accused, one former president and his sister. The court set up a 6-person joint investigation team that combed through 11,500 bank accounts and 28-page report to the Supreme Court, covering the largest and most organized case of money laundering in Pakistan's history. Soch explains the Zardari system. Our story begins in October 2015. The Federal Investigation Agency began a routine investigation of 4 suspicious accounts in Summit Bank. Completely separately, a routine suspicious transactions report was filed on 29 suspicious accounts. The FIA realized the 2015 and 2017 inquiries were investigating the same problem and merged the two. The Supreme Court of Pakistan became annoyed with the apparent delay and took suo motu notice. An FIR was registered against one Summit Bank branch on Khayabane-Tanzim in Karachi. Among the 24 accused, one former president and his sister. The court set up a 6-person joint investigation team that combed through 11,500 bank accounts and 24,500 cash transactions. There were so many suspicious transactions to track that the JIT did not even consider examining any transactions less than 1 crore rupees. JIT's final report implicated Asif Ali Zardari, Omni Group, and Behriya Town in a nexus of corruption. Team Soch investigates. How does this nexus actually work? Behriya Town, Omni Group, countless government contractors, private builders, and pretty much anyone else who wanted to win Zardari's favor paid bribes, the total amounting to
42 billion rupees.
Between 2010 and 2017, these various sums were deposited and shuffled around in 32 specially constructed fake accounts, primarily in Summit Bank, that were managed by Omni Group employees. From this giant piggy bank, money was then cashed out and lavishly spent on cars, property, planes, and other luxuries for Mr. President himself, Asif Ali Zardari, and his little sister, Faryal Talpur. Looking at the system, Soch has a few questions. 1. What is a fake account anyway? A fake account is an account that commits identity fraud. In this case, the Omni Group stole the CNICs of 11 random citizens who had no idea that accounts were being set up in their name, like this Faluda Wala. In reality, these 11 accounts were being run by Omni Group's CFO Aslam Masood and accountant Arif Khan. Once received, bribes were divvied up and shuffled via cash deposits, demand drafts, pay orders without NICs, and rerouting deposits. The money was deposited into accounts by cash boys, or people who physically withdraw and deposit cash across Karachi. The accounts were then facilitated by managers in bank branches dotted around the city. 2. How is Summit Bank connected to these accounts? None of the bribe collection would have been possible without the creation of Summit Bank. Summit Bank was almost exclusively built to launder Zardari's money, with 62% of all bribes sitting there. The bank was purchased for Zardari by his pal Nasir Abdullah Luta. And no, we are not making that last name up. Using proceeds from bribes received into fake accounts. Luta holds 67% of all of Summit Bank's shares, and he put his friend Hussein Lawai in charge as CEO. They, along with the Omni Group representatives, personally oversaw all transactions. For instance, more than half of Summit Bank's capital requirement of 10 billion rupees was financed by Zardari's laundered money. Where were the bribes coming from? Maybe we should ask, where were the bribes not coming from? The JIT identifies at least 8 different sources of money. Soj spotted some unusual culprits in the list. Omni Group. Zardari's presidency coincided with the exponential rise of the Omni Group, headed by Anwar Majid and his family. In exchange for bribes and managing Zardari's money laundering, the Omni Group experienced a 2,500% growth in its business under the PPP government. It went from 1 company in 2000 to 6 in 2008 to 83 in 2015. These web of companies acted as front companies for Zardari. And in return for their support for Zardari, the personal members of the Anwar Majid family grew staggeringly rich. Behriya Town. Behriya Town deposited 10 billion rupees into the fake accounts in exchange for prime property in Karachi. Of that amount, 8.3 billion rupees was deposited into the account of Mushtaq Ahmed, a close confidant of Zardari's. Both Zardari and Malik Riaz denied any relationship with Mushtaq, but later Zardari said Mushtaq was his physiotherapist.
There are a certain category of people that are not suitable for treatment.
Zardari Group and Behriya Town also created a joint venture in 2010. This fraudulent joint venture earned kickbacks throughout the period 2011 to 2014, which were then also deposited into the fake accounts. Park Lane and Parthenon. One of Zardari's declared companies, Park Lane, created a joint venture with an unknown company called Parthenon, headed by Zardari's friend Yunus Kidwai. Parthenon's sole function was to raise loans worth 2.4 billion rupees, which were then transferred to Park Lane. Both National Bank and Summit Bank approved these loans, even though it was apparent Parthenon was a front company. Government contractors. At least 19 government contractors deposited 1.3 billion rupees in bribes. 8 of these favorite contractors won the Sindh government bid to construct water channels to Thar coal power project, but only after paying the small gift of 547 million rupees to the fake accounts. 4. What was all the money spent on? Zardari's expenditures fall in 4 camps: houses, cars, aviation, and land. Expenditure for housing includes cement used in Faryal Talpur's house on Khayabane Shamsher, cement also used in Zardari's house in Nawabshah, utility bills at Bilawal House, payment to the Delhi restaurant for catering at Bilawal House, 28 goats for Eid and Sadqa at Bilawal House, and the construction of boutique Minahil and Mehreen, owned by daughter-in-law of Anwar Majid, buying 2 undeclared Mitsubishi SUVs, and paying import duty for 2 BMWs and 1 Lexus. Payments to prop up Omni Aviation, a flight company that gave 106 free flights to their favorite customers, the Zardaris. 9 helicopter rides from princely jets. Oh, also, a whole private plane. Land includes property abroad and in Pakistan, such as this residential condo on Upper East Side in Manhattan, New York, a penthouse in 23 Marina, Dubai, and 50 pieces of prime real estate all over Sindh. Do you need a break? Because we do. It's a lot to take in. Fundamentally, all of this money trail leads to one person, Zardari. The JIT is scathing when describing the total control exhibited by Zardari and the Omni cartel, and the complete failure of regulatory bodies like the State Bank. It has recommended the opening of 16 different NAB cases. It has also asked the freezing of all assets of both the Omni Group and the Zardari Group. So far, on 7 January 2019, the Supreme Court transferred the JIT findings to NAB. On 8 April 2019, both Zardari and his sister are expected to appear in the Accountability Court in Islamabad. The siblings continue to deny any involvement in the fake accounts case. Whatever the verdict, Zardari, it will be difficult trying to fly out of this one.